With Drinking Problem, I mean, but Midland specifically, Josh and I felt like we had walked into a dream when we met them, because they legitimately wanted to make a record that sounded like our favorite music. They didn't want to water it down. They didn't want to modernize it. They said, we want it to feel like we made a Gary Stewart record.
Yep.
And Gary Stewart is a rare reference. Honestly, I think Josh and I both were like, really? Like, do you even know Gary Stewart? Because no one had ever referenced him to us except to each other.
Right.
And they started pulling up all these songs, and they had made these videos that looked like videos from the 70s, and it just was too good to be true, honestly. And that whole situation has remained that way because we've gotten to indulge a love of that kind of music that during our careers, we haven't seen that. What we're best at, it just hadn't been lined up with the trend of music.
Right.
So we have to adapt. This is our job. This is the business we're in, what we've worked so hard to do. So we don't get to write those kind of songs. And then Midland walks in, and we were like, oh, we know how to do this. So the fact that we got to make the record the way we imagined it, and then have Dan Huff come in and really, with the slightest bit of tweak, without compromising the sound whatsoever, it sounded like the radio somehow. So that's what Dan is brilliant at. Most of the time when we're writing, the production part of it starts to tell a story. Especially if we're working with an artist that I'm already producing, or that we're in we're in the developmental stage, we instantly start talking about the instrumentation and the way the band would play and sound. I certainly have seen my own production gifts and skills really shine through artists that were in it together for the whole process. I've tried a couple of projects where I came into the project and there were songs already chosen. I find it really difficult. That I'm not a natural producer. It has to happen organically in the room. Even if I'm not a writer on the song, if I'm part of the process of finding the songs or knowing what we're looking for, my brain can start to really shape it. But the other has not worked as easily for me.